Starting this episode with a question. What's your favorite superhero? What's your favorite superhero movie? My favorite superhero, Captain America. Very dope guy. He was just a regular, normal guy, wanted to join the army, wanted to fight back against the Nazis and Hitler. Got his opportunity when German chemists came up with a cocktail to make him a soldier, a strong soldier, a fighter. Took the spirit that he had in him and made him look like on the outside what he felt like on the inside. He was an underdog, just a weakling. But inside he had the strength of 1,000 men. And thanks to his German soldier, now he can display that. Dope guy. Favorite movie, Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and 2. Love the movies. I love how they were the underdogs. The outcasts, nobody wanted them. Just a bunch of criminals who became together, not only became a family, but they also came back not once but twice to save the galaxy. Dope movie. Don't we got a lot in common with superheroes though? Don't we have a lot in common with superheroes? You probably like, what can we possibly have in common with superheroes? Well, just think about it, people. Don't we wear masks every single day? Don't we wear masks to hide our true identities just like superheroes? Think about it. Superman doesn't want anybody to know that he's Clark Kent, nor does Clark Kent want anybody to know he's Superman. So he hides his identity and lives like he has two alter egos. We create alter egos to deal with life struggles, to deal with the stress, the low self-esteem, the depression that we feel inside of us about the many things that we encounter every day. And how we deal with them is we create our own mask that we wear every single day. Let me ask you another question. When the last time you looked in the mirror and see who you truly are? See who you truly are. Oh man, I can't remember the last time I had. I truly can't. I become so accustomed to wearing a mask, whether it's dealing with people in the business world or in my personal. I feel like at this point, only person who truly knows my true identity is my wife and my kids. Sort of like Clark Kent, where the only person who knew that Clark Kent was Superman was his wife and his mother, Lois Lane. So when you think about you, don't we deal with a lot of different things? We deal with stress. And stress can come from many places. Stress comes from work. When we go to work, we're dealing with a boss who's just demanding and always giving us a hard time because the truth of the matter is this boss has dealing with some personal issues at home and bring them to work and stress you out. You got to deal with coworkers who bring their personal business work with them and stress you out. It's not even the job that bothers you. It's not the workload. It's the people that bother you. But you sitting there all day like praying to the Lord Jesus, please help me not put my hands on this woman, this man. I'm just trying my hardest not to put my hands on. You know I need this job, God. You know my kids need these shoes. You know I need to pay these bills, God. And you truly praying because you're trying your hardest not to lay hands on somebody. And I'm not talking about laying hands on somebody where you're praying for them. You trying to cast out spirits. You trying to lay a different type of hand on somebody, like you trying to put some hands on somebody, some paws on somebody to knock them spirits out in a different way. I'm going to knock whatever stress that your husband and wife giving you, them kids giving you at home, I'm going to knock it right out of you because I'm tired of you coming to work stressing me out. That's how you truly feel, but then you realize, yo, I got these bills though, I got to pay this car payment, I just bought this new Benz and this is going to be expensive because I'm trying to stunt for social media and I got to keep up with this. So what I got to do is I got to put my mask on now. Now I got to put my mask on, my superhero mask, and even though this job is stressing me out, even though it's having a serious issue and serious depression on my health, it's putting pressure on my health, excuse me, I need to put on a mask so that no one sees my true identity. No one sees how I truly feel. When you're dealing with issues with your weight, a lot of us dealing with issues with weight, and we go out to dinner with people, and what do? Even though we have a problem, and it may be an issue with our diet, and a lot of people think sometimes bigger people or people who eat a lot, they just eat a lot because they don't have no self-control. So they sit there loading their plate up and they just eating because they don't have no self-control. When the reality is it could be stress that's causing that. It could be other disorders that's causing them to feel that way. It could be issues where their stomach is just a little bit bigger and it takes a lot more to get full. But see, when you go out to dinner with people who don't understand these issues, these things that's going on with you, you have to put on this mask. So what you do is when you go out to dinner, you put on this mask and you try to eat the little broccoli, you try to eat the little meals, the little frog legs, even though you want that huge chicken wing because that fried chicken looking really good over there. Oh man, that steak look delicious. You're just trying to limit. I'm just going to eat a salad and drink some water, even though that Dr. Pepper sounds so delicious. I'm going to drink water with a little lemon in it. You're putting on a mask because you're truly afraid to show your true identity. You're not trying to show people your true identity, so you put on a mask because you're afraid to show people your true issues, your true struggle, what's really going on behind you. What's going on behind the mask? What's going on inside you? Because people may not understand what you're feeling. They may not understand your condition where you have to eat more to fill your stomach. That it's not a lack of self-control. It's a lack of stress that you're dealing with. And sometimes my eating habits are because of stress. And people don't understand that. And they look at your weight and they make you feel bad about your weight. And because you got a little bit of weight on you, they make you feel bad about the things you're eating. And that's not good. So you got to put on your mask, your superhero mask, to pretend like everything's okay when it's not. Sometimes you're dealing with issues with your spouse, your husband, your wife. Sometimes you're dealing with bills. Life can be stressful and just worrisome at times. And you, of course, want to talk to somebody, reach out to somebody and say, hey, you know, these bills are starting to pile up. My kids are stressing me out. They just having a hard time in school. You know, it's just a hard time in the morning, hard time at night. It's just my husband, you know, my wife is not doing their part. And you want to talk to people, but then people give you that cliche answer, right? You always get that cliche answer. We all receive the cliche answer where a person comes to you like, well, as bad as your life is, it could be a lot worse. You know Cheryl down the block? Well, she lost her son to gunfire. Or she lost her house because they caught a fire. You're like, what the hell? Cheryl's house catching on fire got to do with my son skipping class. Like, yo, I'm not, it's like you're telling me like, yo, okay, so I should feel better about my son skipping school because Cheryl's house is on fire? Or are you telling me I should feel better about my son skipping school because my house is not on fire? I'm not understanding how I should feel if this is right if I feel this way. But you can't say it to a person because they're hitting you with that cliche answer. You can't respond back like, yo, I don't think that's the proper way to look at this. You can't say that. So what do? What do we all do? We put on our superhero mask. We hide our true identities, what we feel. We zip our mouth closed because once again, we're like, Lord, please don't make me cuss this person out. You know, don't make me cuss this person out because you know my car's in the shop and I need this person to give me a ride to work. Lord, please don't cuss me. Let me cuss them out. And you want to cuss this person out that's giving you a ride to work, but you know you need a ride. So you want to sit here and listen to this person tell you how much your life is not better, or try to compare you to what happened to Cheryl down the street who house caught on fire. Okay? So we put on superhero masks to deal with these things. But reality is when we get home, we think that when we get home from dealing with people, dealing with the boss, dealing with the Cheryl, the person that's giving you a ride to work, we can come home and we can take these masks off. We can reveal our true identity. We can stop pretending that we're Superman and pretend that we're now Clark Kent. But the reality is when we get home, we get so used to wearing this mask that we forget to take it off, or we forget how to take it off. But it gets worse and it gets deeper because it's not even always that we get home, we forget how to turn it off. We also get home and we do one of the things that our favorite thing to do, our favorite pastime. People used to say television was going to be the thing that warps our brains. And then came along the cell phone. Not only the cell phone, but the smartphone. And the smartphone came equipped with social media. A way to stay in contact with people. Even if you live in New York, you can stay in contact with your relatives and friends who live in California. People you know from high school, middle school, you can stay in touch with them now, people. We can stay in touch, we can chat, we can keep in touch, but also it's a great way to portray a life that you are not living. Let's talk about that. In superhero context, we may portray it as Bruce Wayne and Batman. Okay, so Bruce Wayne had it all, right? Billionaire, Bruce Wayne Enterprise, had the huge house, all the cars in the world, all the women. He had the greatest life in the world, was living his best life. But then there was Batman, who lived in a cave, who drove the Batmobile, who went out at night wearing a mask, fighting crime, fighting against the bad guys and all the evil that's put in the world. Let's compare you on social media to Bruce Wayne and Batman. Now you might say, how can you compare the two? Let's take it in context. Just hear me out. So you're Batman behind the scenes. Off of social media, you're Batman. You're going to work, you're fighting against the low self-esteem that you have, the low confidence that you have, the stress that's in your life, fighting against bills, fighting against the issue of children, fighting against your boss, fighting against issues with your home, fighting against issues with your marriage. You're out spending your nights fighting all the time. Half the time you up, half the night can't sleep because you're dealing with stress. You are Batman, out here fighting against all these crimes that you feel are being committed against you. But when you get on social media, you're not trying to show that. Because you can't show people that you're having issues with your husband. You can't show people there's issues with work. You can't show people that the boss is getting to you, your children acting up, or you don't live in a huge house and drive all the flyest cars. So then when you get on social media, who do you become? You become Bruce Wayne. Of course, you're an entrepreneur, you're a CEO. When you look at your bio, they have owner. Owner of what company? CEO of what company? What company do you work at? Because last time I seen you, you was walking out Wendy's. And I'm not saying working at Wendy's is a bad job, but you was walking out Wendy's and you jumped in Toyota. So where's that Bentley you had on social media? The reality is you're Bruce Wayne on social media. Bruce Wayne meaning you got the Benz, the Bentley, may not be yours, maybe a picture of a car you see in the parking lot, you posting that, you posting a picture at you at a beach where you spent your tax money on, and now you know you got all these bills piling up because you went on this expensive trip that you didn't really budget for, so you're Bruce Wayne on social media. You're portraying a life that's not truly yours. Trying to base yourself on not being real with yourself, not being real with your audience, not being real with your friends and family. Bruce Wayne didn't let nobody know he was Batman. Only person knew was Alfred. Even the chief of police didn't know. The people that run the companies, no one knew that Bruce Wayne was Batman. That's the same with you right now. No one knows who you truly are because on social media, you're putting on your superhero costume and you're portraying that you're somebody else. The only difference is you're not Batman now, you're Bruce Wayne, but still you're using your alter ego, alter person. You're not truly who you are. You're not being real with yourself. You're not being real with the ones who are supposed to love you. But when you look on social media, you say, well, I don't have people that love me. I have a bunch of people, nosy people who sit on social media, never posting nothing, but sit here and read other people's comments, look at other people's lives, comment and thinking negativity, scared to hit the like button, but sitting here truly in their hearts liking things. And social media is becoming so big in life because social media gives you that pat on the back that we all look for. Don't we all go looking for our boss to just pat us on the back? Hey, you're doing a great job, Alan. You're doing a great job, Sarah, Melissa, Michael. You're doing a great job. We all look for that. Social media is a new pat on the back because we get a like or a love mark. We get that attention, those comments and things. It makes us feel good. It makes us feel good about the life we're portraying, but we can't be honest about who we are. Sort of like Batman, Bruce Wayne, we even can change our names on social media, our true identities, so you can be somebody different than you are. You can make up your name. You can be your favorite superhero, your favorite rapper. You can be anybody. You can even change your picture, how you look. Filters clear up our skin, so that lowers the self-esteem. So you're having skin issues, I got filters that clean that up. If something's wrong with my hair, I got filters to cover that up. It's a true way of hiding our identity. So when we come home, it's even more impossible to take off that superhero mask because we're coming home to fight against new evils, new damages, and when we get on social media, which has become most of our lives, we can't show you what's really going on. How do we survive in such a confusing world, though? Such a confusing world where we can't truly be ourselves. And somebody once told me the hardest thing in the world is being somebody else and not yourself. And I thought I was like, yo, there's some truth to that. Then I said, no, there's no truth to that. The hardest thing in the world is being myself and not being somebody else. Because in reality, being somebody else, it may seem like hard work, but becomes so second nature to us because we do it so much. We spend so much time trying to be Superman or Bruce Wayne rather than Clark Kent. We spend so much time trying to be somebody different than we are that it becomes like second nature. We start losing our identity and losing who we are to a point where we forget who we are or how to act. But how do we combat these feelings? How do we combat hearing that cliche line from a person we're riding to work with? That we know we need to ride with, so we can't really speak how we truly feel. We can't tell them how we truly feel because I need that ride to work from you. So I got to hold my tongue and just sit here and pray the whole way. Lord Jesus, please don't let me cuss her out and tell her how her husband is cheating on her. How I see her husband giving Lisa a ride to work and taking Lisa lunch and taking Lisa food to work and all that. Lord, please help me. That's what y'all doing. We praying that we don't speak the truth about what we really know because we need something from it. And one thing I say to people is, and this is very difficult what I'm going to tell you to do, people. Don't take this as easy. I'm not expecting you to come in like a light switch, turn this on, and throw away your Superman costume and just become a new person. But this is the fact of what I would tell you to do, what I'm working on doing. First thing we have to do is we have to learn to love ourselves. We got to learn to love ourselves, people. We got to start to learn who I am again. You got to learn who you are again. You got to learn what do you like, what type of food you like. What type of food you don't like? What type of people you want to be around? What type of energy you want to be around? How do you like to dress? Do you like to wear sweatpants and sweatshirt all day? Is that your true feeling? Is that your comfortability? When you go out to restaurants, do you want a frog leg because you're eating, you know, you're a little overweight and people looking at you and watching what you're eating? What do you like to eat? Or do you want that T-bone steak that's looking so good over there? Do you want that Dr. Pepper instead of drinking that lemon water that doesn't really have much taste? No matter how much sugar you put in, it just doesn't make lemonade? Or you want that sweet and tasty, acid-filled Dr. Pepper? Think about it. You have to fall in love with yourself and be truthful with you, what you want. What do you need? And not worry about what somebody else is feeling. Because this is cliche too of what I'm about to say, but this is real also. No matter how much you change yourself, no matter how much you try to mold yourself to be what other people like, they're still going to find the issue. They're still going to find something wrong with you. Some of us try to get on these diets and we do all this fasting and all these things, all these weird diets that hurt our insides because we think that we're going to lose the weight fast because we're trying to mold ourselves to be what somebody else wants us to be. But then we'll lie to ourselves and say, nah, I'm not trying to be with somebody else. I'm trying to live so I can be comfortable. Well, what's making you uncomfortable about the way you live? Okay, it's fine. Get healthy. Get smaller. Get your weight down. Get your glucose down. Get your cholesterol down. That's all cool. But do it for reasons that's benefiting you and not to make somebody else feel comfortable about you. Don't do it because you're trying to make a man love you or a woman to love you. Live your best life and live your comfortability, live your healthiness because it makes you happy. Be your best self. Be your best self. You can't go to work and sit here and take on other people's stress. You can't go on and allow people to use their issues to take out on you. You cannot be someone's punching bag. You got to love yourself enough to say to yourself, I'm not taking this no more. I'm not going to be your walking, your stepping stone. I'm not going to be your punching bag. If you got issues going on with somebody else, I need to pull you to the side in that empty office down the hall and say, excuse me, can I talk to you? I'm not here to put my paws on you. I'm not putting hands on you. I don't need to say a prayer if I go in here, Lord Jesus, please don't help me. Don't let me hit this woman. If you guys say a prayer, go in the bathroom, say a prayer. But have a conversation with that person. Listen, I understand. I don't know what's going on in your life. I don't know. I don't want to know what's going on in your life. It's none of my business. What I do need is, I need you to bring peace in here and not interrupt my peace. I need you to give me the respect that I give you. I understand you're a manager. I understand you're a boss. But you need to understand what a boss is, because a boss is not someone who bosses people around. A boss is someone who can come in and uplift people. A boss is not someone who can sit here and point out all your flaws and all your issues. A boss is not someone that throws their weight around. A boss is someone who's going to uplift someone, see the confidence and beauty in them when they can't see it themselves, and show them that you are bigger and better than who you are. You may make a mistake, but you know what? You're bigger than your mistakes. You're capable of learning from your mistakes and growing from your mistakes. And that's what I want to focus on. That's what a boss is. And see, if they're not being that, if they can't be that, then what you need to do is, instead of putting on your Superman cape and going out here and trying to pretend like you're something else, then what you need to do is take that strength it takes to put on that costume, that mask, and use that strength to get on the internet, update that resume, and find a job that makes you truly happy. Find a place that truly appreciates you. Find a place that truly shows and knows your value. That's what you need to do. It ain't nothing cliche. It ain't nothing wrong. You ain't running. You ain't hiding. You ain't ducking no fight. You protecting your peace, your happiness, something that no one else can do. Only you can protect your peace. Only you can protect your happiness. Sort of like Smokey Berry say, only you can prevent forest fires. You only can prevent the forest fires in your life. You have to prevent them by protecting your peace. It ain't about running from it. It's about making decisions that's best for you and your family. You might be riding to work with that person, sitting there listening to them complain about your life and complain about, give you cliche answers about Shirley on the street and listen to them gossip and everything, knowing that their life is completely wrong. But it's truly, I know you praying. I know you praying like, Lord, please don't let me tell them about their husband and what's going on in their life and their husband be having that girl over there when he don't work and he don't do that. I know you praying to not be honest with that person, but it's the worst time to be honest with people is when you're upset with them. If that's truly your friend because that friend's giving you a ride no matter how much they're complaining, you find a time when y'all both on good ground. You thank them even though they complained the whole way to work, whatever they did, you thank them. Take them out to dinner. Take them out to dinner. Don't eat no frog legs. Eat that chicken wing. I know it looks good. Eat that chicken wing. I think I'm getting kind of hungry. I'm talking about food a lot. Anyway, back to the point. Take them out to dinner. Take them to movies. After the movies or at dinner, have a conversation with them. I appreciate you giving me a ride. I appreciate you giving me time. I appreciate you listening to me. I appreciate the sound advice that you gave me. But understand, just for future references, pointing out someone else's downfall, their issues, is not uplifting me and not going to uplift anyone else. That's not a way to make me or anyone else feel better. And anyone else that feels better by pointing out what somebody else is going through, it's not cool. So I appreciate you listening to me. But if you want to give me advice, give me some advice that's going to truly help me. And by the way, you might want to, next time your lunch break on Tuesday, when you got your lunch break, you might want to sneak home. Oh, no, there's no reason. Just go home, pop up on your husband, surprise Tuesday about 12:30. Make sure it's Tuesday at 12:30, and make sure you got a baseball bat when you go in the house, okay? Just saying, all right? Just a piece of advice, okay? 12:30, Tuesday. Sneak home, yeah. Check on your husband, cool. So that's what you got to do, though, people. You got to look in the mirror. You got to look at the man or the woman in the mirror, and you got to see who you are. See who you truly are. Stop letting someone else identify you, your weaknesses, your strength. You have to know what they are. You got to know what your strengths are and display them every day. You got to know what your weaknesses are and look for ways to lift and build on them to strengthen those weaknesses. Sort of like you do in the gym when you feel that your body's not up to par and you go to the gym, you hop on that treadmill, you lift those weights, you get on that elliptical with that bike, that stationary bike, whatever you do. Whatever you like to do, whatever your thing is when you go to the gym to make you strengthen, do the same thing with your weaknesses. When you get on social media, stop trying to front. You ain't got to be Bruce Wayne nobody. Because the truth is, if you have to portray that you're someone else bigger than someone else to make someone like you, to make someone hit that like button, if you're looking for love on social media, then you're looking for love in all the wrong places. You remember you ever heard that? That's another cliche line, but it's got some truth to it. It's real cliche here, but it's true. We all look for love in the wrong places. Before I met my wife, I used to say it to her all the time. She talked about all the women that I dated before her and everything. I'm like, look, I was looking for love in the wrong places. I'm not just saying that because I'm trying to make you feel good. I'm just being honest. I was looking for love in the wrong places. And when you think about it, it was like, yo, what the hell was you doing, buddy? I mean, clearly this wasn't the person. But it's the same thing with social media. Clearly, the people who you're looking for love from is truly not the person that really gives a damn about you, because if they really did, then they wouldn't be sitting here looking on social media to truly know who you are, what your true name is, what's your true identity, how you living, what's your best life. And you shouldn't have to hide the fact you're stressing. If you have a good friend, good friends in your life, good people who truly love you, then they should be there not only to listen to you complain, and not even to listen to you complain, but to uplift you, to pull you out of that tight spot you're in, to give you encouragement, to give you sound advice, whether it's financial advice. Maybe loan you some money to help you get out of that spot and just say, hey, with this loan, I'm just going to give you a little bit of advice, and you got to take it. I know we hate to take a lecture with that money, but listen, if somebody giving you money, you got to take that lecture with it. All right, people? You got to take the lecture, okay? I know we don't like it, but you do. So when they give you that handout, like, yo, here's $1,000 to get you out of debt, you wouldn't say, but remember, when you get your tax money next year, use it to pay off your debt. Then the following year, use it to buy your house. Put a down payment on your house. Stop going out here buying Chanel and Gucci and stuff. Stop trying to portray your life for somebody else to make you feel bigger for them. That person you trying to portray for don't care about you. They don't even like you. To be truthfully, they be sitting at work around the water cooler talking about you. Now, you know she's faking. Yeah, she got the Bruce Wayne going on. You know what the Bruce Wayne is, right? You know what Bruce Wayne is, faking like she's a CEO. CEO of what? What business she in? I was just at KFC the other day, and she was right in the drive-thru delivering my food. Now she's CEO of business. Now she's an entrepreneur now. Now she was just driving the Toyota with donut on it. Now she got Bentley. You know, they talk about you. They talk about your car and everything. That Toyota might be a Bentley. You can put a Bentley sign on there. You can go on Amazon, buy your Bentley sign, and put it on front of your Toyota. Don't let nobody make you feel bad that you do that. Ain't nothing wrong with that, you know what I mean? Because you're speaking things into existence and what's in your life. Saying that you're a CEO is not a bad thing. Saying that you're a millionaire is not a bad thing, because you're trying to speak things into existence in your life. You're trying to speak life into you, while others try to speak down on you. They try to speak death into your life, trying to speak despise in your life, trying to speak lower self-esteem, depression in your life. We can overcome these things by living our best life, but not wearing a mask and speaking things in our life, not portraying that we're Bruce Wayne and we have the Wayne Manor and we have the Wayne Enterprises and we have all the beautiful women or beautiful dudes or beautiful cars, but portraying the life that we truly and being honest with ourselves. Looking at that man or woman in the mirror and not saying that I'm not a lion or I'm not a king or a queen because you look in the mirror and you don't feel like it at the moment, but understand who you truly are behind the mask. Truly know who you are. It's not about how you feel in the moment. It's about how you feel when you overcome that moment. Because we all have our shortcomings. We all have our moments of weakness. We all have our moments of downs. We have our moments of doubt. We all feel out. We all feel a level of depression, some higher, some lower. We all have that moment where we look at ourselves and say, we don't like who we see in the mirror. We don't like how we feel. We all have moments where we've done something that we're not proud of, done something we wish we could have took back, said something that we wish we didn't say, but it don't defy us. What defies us is, it's not when we're laying on the ground, but the fact that we can get up and be something else. So the fact that you had to get a ride to work from your friend who's sitting there complaining or talking about you or whatever the case is, don't defy who you are. The fact that you got a ride from her a week ago, but 2 weeks later, you got your own car, driving yourself to work, that's what defies you. That's who you are. The fact that you sit there and you was at dinner with friends and you was trying to hide who you are, the fact that you didn't try to hide it. Look, sometimes, you know what? I eat because I have a disorder. I eat because I have stress, but I'm working now. I'm eating a salad, not because I'm trying to hide the fact that I usually eat because I'm dealing with stress, not because I got so low self-esteem, or I'm eating because my stomach's not bigger, but I taking precautions and taking action to lower myself, lower my weight. I'm taking actions to take back my health to make myself feel better. So now that I'm eating salads not to try to put on front for you, but I'm eating salads because it makes me happy, it makes me feel good. It's what my body wants. That's when you're living your best life. That's when you truly finding love inside yourself. That's when you take your mask off, your costume off. You stop trying to be a superhero for all the wrong reasons and start being a superhero for all the right reasons. That's when you start to find who you are. Find out what you're made of. That's when you can look in the mirror and say, yo, I love myself. I love who I become. This is real, people. This is so real. A lot of times we allow life to just beat us down so bad, and we gotta learn to pick ourselves up. Stop looking for other people to pick us up. Look for other people to pass on the back and start patting ourselves on the back. Like, yo, I know I ain't the best in the world, but damn it, that was good right there. I did good right there. I did good on that spreadsheet. I did good at work. I did good paying them bills. You know what I mean? I did good raising my kids. Whatever. Celebrate the small accomplishments instead of making a big deal over the little mistakes you're making in life. Stop wearing a superhero mask and be true to yourself. You don't need no alias or no secret identity to truly be who yourself. You don't have to be Superman. It's okay to be Clark Kent. You don't always have to be Bruce Wayne. It's okay to be Batman sometimes. It's okay. I want to thank y'all for being here for another episode of Past and Present Podcast. Once again, I'm Alan the Great. I want to thank you for joining me. I want to thank you as my family. I hope that this helped you in some kind of way, uplifted your spirit, and when you walk away from this feeling better about yourself, don't forget to look at the man or woman in the mirror and truly see the love, the happiness that should shine outside you. Don't be afraid to show people and shower people with your light, with your love, with your kindness, and most importantly, with your peace. And until next time I see you people, I only got one thing left to say, y'all. Stay tuned. Peace.